Hello everybody, it's 1 o'clock and time for my daily live feed from my studio here in Home Firth. For those of you who haven't joined me before, every day for nearly a week now, I have been doing a live feed from my studio or wherever I happen to be at the time. Last week I was able to be taking down an exhibition, and so I talked through the exhibition and gave a virtual gallery tour. But now here in the UK we are definitely all staying at home, at least I blooming hope you are. We're all very much staying at home, and I'm very fortunate that I have my studio in the garden at home. I'm very fortunate that we've got a garden to have that studio in, and so in order to keep in touch with everybody, to change your day, to change my day a little bit, so that you don't have to listen to the news at 1 because that's really depressing, and I'm trying not to be. I'm doing these daily live feeds and nattering to you from my studio. A few days ago, a few of you said that nattering is fine, which is good because that's what I can muster. Yesterday was a really tough day. Because it was one of the first days that we had to really adjust in the UK to definitely staying at home, to where it was something that was enforced upon us rather than doing that by choice. Prior to that, we'd been staying at home out of choice, but then when it became enforced, it became much harder to deal with. And I'd had a really tough day with it yesterday. I was wearing black. Not a good start. Well, getting up yesterday wasn't a good start, but I chose black clothes to wear, which was just horrible. I don't suit black, don't like it. So today got up with a different head on, and managed to do my Pilates virtually with Amanda last night. So that was really good. So slept really well, and wasn't really sure whether the Skype Pilates thing was going to work, but it was great, Amanda, so thank you for that. And yoga this evening, again virtually on Skype, so all good. So when I got up this morning, I put a more summery dress on. It's still not really hot here, I still got to wear tights, but it's a nice bright day, and I picked out a more flowery dress rather than something too somber, and got up with a better outlook, really. All this morning, hello Julia, all this morning I've been on looking at screens on Skype calls and Skype lessons. I've had hello Barbara, I have had over an hour of Italian lessons through Skype. Eva, hi, through Skype, and that worked brilliantly as well. Hello Julia. And now I've just got off a call with good friends of mine, Maggie and Bob from the African Fabric Shop, and they live just in the next village, so maybe less than 2 miles away as the crow flies. And normally when we're all in the country, thank you Jane, normally when we're all in the country we'd get together regularly and have dinner and chew the cud, and today we did it virtually, and we're drumming up some plans for the future, which is exciting. It's good to have lots of things to look forward to, and plans and projects to get involved in. So some of the things that I did yesterday, I wanted to show you. I'm using you, and I'm telling you I'm using you, so it's not like, we don't know this, but I'm using you and you can use me. It's okay. I'm using you to kind of keep me accountable and keep me on track to finish this piece of work. Over on my Explore Textiles group, I have asked everybody to share their unfinished projects and to decide on a timescale by which they can finish it, work out why they haven't finished it, first of all, and decide on a timescale by which they will finish it, and to give us all regular updates. Now, you are very welcome to join that group. It's called Explore Textiles. Hi everybody, Shona, Mandy, Sam, welcome. You're very welcome to join Explore Textiles and join in, even if you haven't got an unfinished project to be getting on with, that's fine. You can show us what you're up to. It's a really supportive group, full of textile geeks, just like you and me. Anyway, this is my unfinished thing. Now, if you are watching every day, you will know that I've been talking about this, and I've been talking about the drawings that led to this as well. And I don't know if you can see how much I've got done. I'll step back. Okay, the bit that I have been focusing on, the other day I did these silvery bits up here. Okay, here. They're quite heavy. And then the bit that I've been focusing on the last few days is this big silver section here. So it's solid metallic silver. Normally I do my roads in gold, but I found a reel of really nice silver thread the other day, so I thought I'd use that. And I'm really happy with it. It's sewing like a dream. My sewing machine is sounding great. The thread is hardly ever breaking. Sticking with it. Have I dyed some parts? Eva says yes, there is a little bit of dyed stuff on there. I'm working on wool. Somebody yesterday asked me about the back of the work as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But sticking with the silver, I decided to call this piece Silver Lining. This is my silver lining. These daily feeds are like my silver lining. You engaging with me, chatting with me, responding to me, not ignoring me. That is another silver lining in this whole chaotic mess of a world that we're in at the minute. And so this piece of work is going to be my first finished piece of work, and is the silver lining that's going to keep me going over coming weeks and months. So big, huge silver road that is going to move me forward into the next piece of work that I do after this. My task for myself, because it's taking quite a long time to do this solid silver, is to finish this bit here, right down the bottom where the road goes off the end of the fabric. I am going to finish that today or tomorrow, fingers crossed. That's my plan. It's going to take me quite a while. It's pretty laborious, it's pretty boring, because the silver thread is quite thin, so I'm back and forwards, and it's just a wee bit laborious and time consuming. Not something I really want to film for you, because it's just a bit, you can't really see very much, it's a bit bland. Yes, Barbara, I actually love the sheen of this silver, and kind of the sophistication of it as well. I'm just going to switch off a heater that's next to me because my legs are burning. Hang on. It's just come on automatically. So silver is my big thing at the moment. And somebody yesterday wanted to know about the back of my work. So here you go. You don't often get to see the back, but as soon as you're there, I'll let you see it. Doesn't look so different from the front. This bit here I had one coloured backing thread, and then I ran out, and then I changed, so it's a darker colour. So this bit here, you can see, this bit here is the back of the silver section. I don't use any stabilisers, and that to me is really important. So I use a hoop. And I don't like stabilisers. They're not good for the environment. They don't sound good. They're heavier, and they restrict the amount of thread that I can use. So Jane, more dyeing sometime on wool sometime. Do you know what? My problem with showing you too much about printing and dyeing anything is all my stuff is in Italy. I looked out yesterday a few things. I've got some blue and some yellow Procyon dye here, and that's it. So I will try my best, and I'll get to it somehow. So for now, silver lining, my piece to be finished. Staying with the silver theme, and out of frustration of yesterday's clothing disaster and how rubbish it made me feel, because I'm such a fickle creature. I am hugely affected by what I'm wearing, what side of bed I get up from. If I've not had enough sleep, I am a bear with a sore head. And therefore I end up choosing black when I shouldn't. Okay, thank you. It's my son. Would you like to be on film?
No.
No, he doesn't want to be on film. So I ended up wearing black yesterday. Is it heavy wool, Shona? Yes, it is heavy wool. I ended up wearing black. Big mistake. So what I did hunt out from my stash is a beautiful piece of silver linen. Now, quite excited when I remembered that I had this, and I was going to make something with this for my trip to Marrakesh and Morocco, which would have been happening in May. I was booked onto a 2-week textile tour through Morocco. Not happening, can't go next year either. Anyways, instead of that, I'm going to use this beautiful piece of silver linen to make kind of a tunic top with a roll neck, but I'm going to make the roll neck in bias cut, so it kind of rolls and curls beautifully. There is a pattern, I'm not quite sure who by, but I might have a quick check and download it as a PDF. I think it's by Malvern, and it's a French dart tunic. That's what it's called. And I'm going to make something like that, but I think I don't need to buy a pattern. I think I've got my York pattern from Seamworks. A dress I was wearing a couple of days ago is kind of a tunic dress that I made in contrast kind of fabrics. The sleeves and the main bodice are different fabrics. That pattern is adaptable to put a neck on it. I'm going to have a quick look at them, but that's my next dressmaking make. The other thing that I did yesterday was look at this fabric, which is a sari fabric that I bought when I was in Singapore last year, when I was there in end of October, beginning of November, with Callum, who's just put his head through the door. And in Little India, I bought this very cheap piece of fabric. Can't remember how much it was exactly, but there's a sari length here. And I'm not going to use it. The full bit is the sari length. You can see it's pretty fine. I've washed it. It's still got a bit of something in it. It's still not as floppy as I would like it to be. Now, I washed that on a delicate load at 30 degrees. So if anybody knows any better, then if maybe I should go up to 40 degrees. I'm not really sure. I might just take a corner off and test it at a higher temperature. But I feel as if it's still got some residue of chemicals in there, and I would quite like to get rid of that before I make anything with it. Not sure what I'm going to make. I will take your suggestions if you don't mind. So that was another thing I did yesterday afternoon. And then, oh, it's all happening, isn't it? I did a bit of a tidy up of the studio and put some things out the way so that I could walk around my table more easily. But I also looked out another unfinished project. Oh, here we go. And this is it. I'll lift it up. Can you see? So this is the beginnings of a small quilt that I made in a workshop with Janice Gunner. And Janice is in our Explore Textiles group. You'll all know her as a quilt maker. And when I just had a knee operation about 5 years ago, and it really kind of knocked me, and I couldn't get back into my work. As a way to get me going again, I did a whole series of workshops with people that I know. Now, quilting is not my normal art form, and using African fabrics, again, not my normal choice of fabric. However, worked really, really well. These are fabrics from Maggie and Bob's fabric store, African fabric store, and they had organised the the workshop with Janice, and she came up to Yorkshire to do this workshop, and it was a 1-day workshop, so I did this in 1 day. And Janice is the dream. She's got an amazing eye. We had these fabrics all laid out and kind of been blocking them together to make a composition, and she said, you know, if you just put a strip of orange down there like that, it'd just bring everything out and make it pop. And I didn't see that, but she did. She's got a very good eye. Also at the time we were buying our house in Italy, and our house is actually number 15, and I couldn't remember, but I knew there was a 5 in there, maybe, possibly, and the nearest numbers that were in the fabric that I bought from Maggie were 3 and 2, so I could make 5. So I've got 32 in a couple of different places. Or is that 22? No, 32. 32 in a couple of different places. But I kind of quite like that I didn't kind of get it quite right. It's okay, it doesn't bother me. It's the fact that I know that I was trying to get it right is enough. So this is something that I would like to finish off during our little bit of mayhem and chaos in the world. And I'm going to quilt it. It's got quilting, it's got wadding there, and then I've got a backing fabric as well. I'm going to quilt it, and then I have found some various chemicals in my cupboard to take it outside and do something with it. I've cleaned off a little screen that I still had hanging around, and so this is going to get possibly a bit of discharge treatment on it. That's what I've got in mind at the moment, but I need to do a bit of sewing first, so it's not something that I'm committing to happening instantly, but it certainly will happen soon. Like in the next few weeks. I need a good weather day because I'm going to put discharge paste on this, and I'm going to print it on as well. So there you go. That's my next pledge to you all, that after silver lining is finished, after I've made my cute silver tunic, this is happening. And if Janice gets to watch this, I've said it out loud, Janice, this will happen in the next few weeks. Okay. There will be other questions that you've asked me that I can't remember what they are just at this minute in time. I have my 3 able volunteers for my mentoring tutorial project. So please, you don't need to get in touch with me about that, and I will be getting in touch with them very shortly to work up a little bit of a plan to see if it works. I have other plans in the pipeline too, and it's only about 10 days till the embroidery workshop starts online and the drawing for textiles workshop starts online. Now both those workshops have interaction with me. Unlike developing sketchbooks and silkscreen printing online, they're both self-directed with unlimited access. So you can carry on, you can do those at your own pace, in your own way, but you're supported by the group of people working along with you. Many of them have done both of those workshops before as well. If there's any major problems, I'm always at the end of a message too. But drawing for textiles and embroidery online, I am chatting you through it the whole way. I have already videoed a whole series of lessons. They're already there, and then through the Facebook group, I respond to all of your queries and all of your commentary and photographs and messages that you put up to help you along the way and push you a little bit further than I can maybe do in the other workshops. So they're all starting in 10 days time, and if you want more information about those, it's all on my website, or you can get in touch with me. That's it for now, folks. I've done my chatting for today. I've got a lot of sewing to do. I hope you have too. If you would like to show me your unfinished work, or you would like to get some support from the rest of us in the Explore Textiles group to help you complete your unfinished work, then please head over there and I will add you to that group as soon as I get the opportunity to. If you wanted to, thank you, Sue, for watching. If you would like to get in touch with me with any of your requests of things that you'd like to know about or see me do, then please message me. Okay, please share the video so that more people can see what I'm up to on a daily basis and can be part of the live watch on a daily basis at 1 o'clock. I am more exciting than the news, I like to think. Okay, mwah. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining in. More and more people are watching live every day, so it's really exciting. Good to have you all on board. Bye for now.